Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is our September virtual coffee break. We're really excited. We're outside. It's a beautiful sunny day. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Give me just a second. So before we start, we're going to go through a few housekeeping tips and reminders. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to enter them in the Q&A window at any time during the presentation. After we do our demo, we're going to have a few minutes set aside to answer any questions. We are recording, so if you miss anything or you have to leave early, a recording link will go out to everybody who registered and they'll be able to watch it at their leisure. Starbucks gift cards, check your email for a caffeinated surprise, and the next day we'll get those out to you. After the coffee break, please complete our brief survey. We like to ask a few questions just to make sure that we're on point with the topics that we're picking. And then we also have a question in there so that you can help pick out next month's coffee break topic. And another exciting thing, if you want an extra $25, and who doesn't, after the event, please post a review on Facebook, Google, or Angie's List, and we'll send you a $25 Amazon e-gift card in your email. Just send an email to sales@tristaterestores.com with proof that you've left your review, and we'll get that gift card out to you. And then finally, make sure you stay to the end. One lucky attendee is going to win this awesome Yeti cooler. So let's get into it. Fire and smoke restoration. Tri-State Restoration certified technicians are specially trained to handle smoke, soot, and odor emergencies. So a lot of the services we include are all about odor control, but we also help with, getting your life back to normal after a fire incident. Here's just a few pictures of different fire damages. And then the more you know, I like to put these kind of questions in here. Fire damage continues to destroy your property even after the fire's put out. A lot of it is because the soot that is there can be very oily and highly acidic. It's nearly impossible to remove without professional tools and methods, and it can stain and corrode your possessions, making them unsalvageable. That's why having such a fast response to getting these situations taken care of is very important. Um, there's just a couple of statistics that I found very interesting. 47% of all property fires occur because of cooking equipment. 15% of fires are from heating equipment, and 9% are from electrical fires. Over 2/3 of deaths occur in properties with missing or non-functioning smoke alarms. So make sure that you're properly installing these, testing them monthly, and changing your batteries annually. It's National Disaster Preparedness Month. This is just a helpful slide to get you guys to this website. Visit ready.gov. There's a lot of helpful resources to make sure that you're preparing for disaster to limit the impacts that they have on you. TSR's process for fire and smoke damage restoration. There's a lot of information in here. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly because Mark's going to actually do a deep dive into a lot of this with his demo. So first we arrive. There's an arrival and assessment period. Our technicians are there ready to perform complete and comprehensive assessment of your property damage. Upon arrival, we use our thermal fogger machine to quickly clear the air of residual pollutant particles, which makes it safe for us to occupy the property to do our assessment. Documenting and sorting belongings. We record and document all belongings and property within your residence for accountability and insurance purposes. But part of this assessment phase is also sorting the different types of property. It's to determine what type of restoration and cleaning method needs to be used. So contents that require specific restoration cleaning methods include art, valuable collectibles, metals and porcelain, clothing, jewelry, high-touch surfaces, and I even put in here that the Chicago Conservatory specializes in art restoration from fire and smoke damage. And here's just some of the tools. We're going to be demoing a couple of these today. We've got our ultrasonic cleaner, which is perfect for removing debris and grease and corrosion and other contaminants. Our thermofogger, which is going to be the main star of our demo, we'll show you in just a minute, works incredibly fast. It treats up to 1 million cubic feet in an hour. And this is what helps you to return to a fresh, clean, malodor-free environment. There's also an Esporta washer. This is a specialized washing machine. They call it the Tesla of washing machines. It's used to treat soft contents like clothing, stuffed animals, other textiles, and it's really better than a dry cleaner for getting out the soot. We also have our ozone generator, which produces 3,000 milligrams of ozone. It's just another way to eliminate odors from smoke, pets, cooking, paint odors. And then there's a vapor shark. Again, the name of the game is to eliminate and prevent odor. So this releases a non-toxic neutralizing vapor into the air, and it also penetrates surfaces quickly to eliminate odors caused by smoke, humidity, food, and biological odors. So the next step is the removal of damaged property. This is the demo stage. And then we get into the deep cleaning and then again, more deodorizing, which includes wiping down durable surfaces, making sure that we're getting the smoke and soot off of the surfaces, and then going through the deodorizing process using the machinery that I just talked about. So in the end, if you do experience a fire disaster, which we hope you don't, but if you do, feel free to give us a call. Our technicians are ready 24/7, and they're specially trained to take care of your disaster and make sure that you can get your life back on track. All right, so time for the demo. Bear with me, guys. Give me 1 second. Just gonna switch to the other camera. All right.
What Adrian said, I'm going to try to be a little louder. We are outside. It's a beautiful day today, one of the last few really nice days of the season. So we wanted to do this outside, and because for the demonstration we need to do is going to, it's just safety concerns. We're going to do it outside. So a few really important things about fire and smoke is removing the source, okay? Whether that's a stove, a microwave, whatever it is that caused it. Odor control and neutralization, okay, and cleaning, really good cleaning, and then of course with removing the source, that would include any fire damaged items, might have drywall, wood framing, different types of things. Of course, that would be removed. Odor control, then cleaning, and then a reconstruction process takes place. But the first thing we want to do is neutralize the odors. Whether you had a protein fire or any kind of puffback wood fire, these emit different smokes and different odors in themselves. And we could talk about that all day long, but they all do have an odor of some sort that is unpleasant to the building occupants, whether your home or your business. So we want to come in and neutralize those odors and make it a little more friendly for you to occupy the building so that the restoration process can take place. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate right now our fogging machine. I have a containment that we have built here, and actually this containment is we use for disinfecting our equipment, especially with COVID-19. We have different protocols, and we can put this under negative pressure, actually. This is great for mold, setting up the second stage containment, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to go ahead for these purposes, and we're going to go ahead and fog this room. Now, the first thing about the fog is it's tricky. It mimics a fire damage. So if you had a fire damage, the fire people come out, they put it out, we come in and use this, it emits almost a smoke, a real smoke. The chemical in here heats up and comes out of this nozzle here at a very high temperature, and it's an actual smoke. So a lot of people will get confused. Did the fire restart? You know, what's going on here? So we always want to use safety in mind. Always want to wear, you know, at least a minimum protection, which I'm going to do when I turn this on. And, you know, we want to go ahead and remove any pets. Okay. This is toxic to pets. It's toxic to plants. You want to remove those type of things. But no house, no building is completely sealed. So you'll have seepage. Well, if people see the smoke coming out, they might think the fire restarted. They call the fire department. So in these cases, we always want to, ahead of time, call the local municipalities, call the fire department, whoever, and just let them know, hey, we're a fire restoration company. We want to go ahead and we're doing some odor neutralization, and let them know. So if they get a call. And maybe even the alarm companies and that and what have you. Also looking at sprinkler systems and all of that. All that has to be taken into account. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead. This is a little bit loud. We're going to go ahead and fog this in here, and then I'm going to seal it up. So that's sealed in there pretty tight. You can see there's not a lot of seepage. This is very important in any kind of hazards like fire, mold, infectious disease. This is so critical. I'm so happy to see that it's really staying in there tight. So in a normal situation, we would want this to be in the house for permeating everything for about 2 hours. Okay. Occupants would leave, animals, like I said, pets, plants, and all that kind of stuff. We come back in 2 hours. We go ahead, we open up the windows. We actually set up fans strategically and start blowing that stuff out to get any of the residual out. So if the house is tighter, it's going to hold it in. It's going to take longer to get it out. Then we go ahead and set up AFDs, air filtration devices, with HEPA filters, removing 99.97% down to 2 microns. And that's really going to get even better air quality flowing in there. So you're left with a nice, pleasant, cherry smelling situation. You don't have to deal with the fire and the smoke odor. That doesn't cure it. That is a temporary neutralization. You have to remove the source, right? You have to do the odor control and the deep cleaning. Okay, so you still have to do all of that. Odor control is really paramount, and removing odors that permeate into the structure, into contents, and that sort of thing. So we have a lot of tools. Here we have the air scrubber. We have a hydroxyl generator here that uses UV rays. Okay, it's really safe in neutralizing odors. This is actually really great for COVID cleanup as well, as a side note. This is our total zone ozone generator. It produces 3,000 milligrams of ozone. Okay, so this just, let's say you have a couch, some stuffed animals, some really porous stuff, even wood furniture, and we were to stick it in this room and this containment, or any kind of place where you could seal it tight. You would go ahead, put that in there, put the ozone in there, and within 24 to 48 hours, the odor's completely gone. Then you go ahead and clean, you do your whatever cleaning methods that apply to that surface, whether that's wood or upholstery. So this is really a great tool for those hard odors, like cigarettes. If somebody has been smoking long-term in a house, this is really good. Again, occupants cannot breathe this ozone in. We're not meant to breathe this in. We have here our Vapor Shark. Now, the Vapor Shark is an odor neutralizer. What I really like about the Vapor Shark for chemically sensitive folks like myself, it uses essential oils. So the membranes are essential oils, and they're a way to get the odor out. And some people really need that. So that's what we use in that case. We have some chemicals here that we use, degreasers, different odor control, really to get to those stubborn areas. One other thing I want to show you before we wrap up is in our cleaning, we use these sponges. They're called chem sponges. They're soft, porous, nice and soft, and they really grab the soot when you use it. So we have a piece of wood here from a fire damage. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to demonstrate, if you could bring the camera in as close as possible. And I'm just going to wipe down this is soot, and you can see it comes off. Okay. This here, just as a side note, would just be unsalvageable. You'd really just replace that. But for the purposes of, if this was a clean surface, you could just, clean that off. You can paint that. Now this is actually, I feel it's a semi-gloss surface, because this can actually be washed. Okay. Any surface like that, washed and then painted. So there's a lot to fire damage and smoke remediation and cleaning, but hopefully this gives you an idea of the things and some of the tools of our trade, give you a sneak peek into this. Before I wrap up, I just want to make everyone aware. Oh, Adrian's pointing me over here. We're going to go ahead and open this up. And you can see it's really in there good, really tight. Nothing's coming out of there. We have Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a very important month coming up next month. I'm actually wearing one of our custom pins here. We're going to be doing donating as a company, and then Tara and I are going to be matching donations. And so what I'm going to do is have Adrian go ahead and speak on that. If you have any questions in the meantime as well, post them down there, and I'd be happy to answer a few questions, and then we'll do our giveaway. Beautiful. All right, guys.
Thanks, Mark. All right, give me a second, guys. Hey. All right. So, to talk a little bit more about the breast cancer awareness, we are donating 1% of all of our monthly sales in October to BCRF. They are the leading organization for breast cancer research and awareness. So this is a really great cause for us, and we're really happy to be able to promote that. In addition to the 1%, as Mark said, he's going to be matching donations. We have a donation portal set up through BCRF. So we'll be sharing that link out with everybody in the coming days. If you want to donate, we would really appreciate that, and we're happy to match your donations. Aside from that, we're going to, we have a 5 for 5 promo. So you saw the really cool pin that Mark was wearing. Our business development representatives are going to be out and about handing these pins out with the hopes that you'll wear them with pride, and also post a selfie and share your selfie on social media. If you do that, we'll give you a $5 gift card, but also donate $5 to BCRF in your name. So,
and you guys will see either a Don or Michael coming around or calling you or visiting you with goodies, and it's the time of year. So be prepared for candy and goodies, and to support a good cause.
Exactly. So if you want a pin and you don't happen to see a Don or Mike in the coming weeks, send an email to sales@tristaterestorers.com. I'll get you a pin. We're happy to help have you join this promotion with us, and we would love to see your selfies. All right, so before we get into our grand prize drawing for this awesome Yeti cooler over here, let me just check to see if we have any questions. All right. see. We have a couple of questions. Can you pick what essential oil is used?
That's a very good question. Yes, you can. There are about 5 or 6 different flavors: lemon, vanilla, that sort of cherry, mountain fresh, or some. There's like 6 of them.
Okay, so yes, it does have a smell. Are there any that are like odor free? Or do they all have some kind
well,
of a
you have to have some sort of scent.
yeah, the scent, like we were saying, the name of the game is, you know, trying to get rid of the odor.
You want to use, the name of the game really is not to mask and use a bunch of chemicals. It's to come in and do a really good cleaning. So there are a lot of the products that we do use for the cleaning itself are neutral odors. The stuff in the machines, the membranes, the different things, the thermofoil, yes, that has odor, but really a good restoration company, and I think we have a good amount of experience and have been doing this for 30 years, 35 years combined experience. We want to come in and remove that source real well and do a really good cleaning.
Okay. Did you want to address this question?
Yes, we are offering discounts to insureds with high deductibles. Yes, we are. We are offering up to 25%
yes.
Off up to $2,500, I believe.
Yes. So if you have a really high deductible and you've been unfortunate to experience a lot of disasters with your property, we do still offer you a break on your deductible.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I think it's $500 max up to $2,000 deductible. And I think recently I might have did a little bit more. Somebody had, I was thinking the 2,500 because people even have higher than 2,000. So yes, we will. I think that's what makes us more unique and differentiates ourselves as a family-owned company. Is we want to help people in these times, and we have the ability. We're not a corporate, we have a corporate head. We're not a franchise, so I can make these kind of decisions based on the needs of the community right now.
Right. So any more questions from you guys? Just want to give one last shout out to see if anybody has anything else. All right. Thanks for the feedback. All right, so Mark's gonna show off the Yeti. This is what everybody's been waiting for her. So let's randomly pick a winner. All right. Okay, give me a second, guys. Let's see. Okay, the grand prize. Chrissy Sutton, you have won this awesome Yeti cooler.
Congratulations.
We're gonna get that out in the mail to you in the next couple of days. Congratulations. And thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Watch out for next month. We're gonna be doing a really cool giveaway for breast cancer awareness. And
we actually are in a unique position because we have, I think, a very talented staff. I might be biased, but we have somebody that is on our team that has a lot of insurance knowledge, was in the insurance industry, is a licensed agent, and I think we're going to have a really good coffee break next month that you won't want to miss. So don't miss that. As far as our presentation here, if you have further questions, please email us, give us a call. We'd be happy to come out and help you with any of your fire, water, mold, whatever needs. Okay, awesome. Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Enjoy the weather.